Josh and Caleb.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel for a third practical effects video. I'm wearing a Scream shirt which has nothing to do with today's video. We will be talking about Tremors. What started out as a practical effects masterpiece, the first movie, eventually slowly became a CGI heavy mess. We will get to that progression. Obviously, Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr., who we talked about last week, they did the effects. I believe they did all the movies. I could be wrong. They are not listed. So I'll just have to go off of that. I believe they did all the practical effects, even the CG creature designs, I believe. I don't know if they stuck around though. We'll progressively go from the first one to the most recent. We'll even throw in the show, and at the end of this video, we'll talk about the Kevin Bacon pilot that Sci-Fi did. Alright, let's get started. The first movie, all practical effects, a glorious monster movie, great use of practical effects. The creature looked amazing, so that's how it started. Second movie, a little CGI with the graboids, and I totally forget, shriekers? Yeah, the shriekers. Little use of CGI for the shriekers. Then 3 was about 50-50, I would say. Some CG, some practical effects, depending on the shot. The second movie, the CG looked pretty bad. Third one, it was okay, but the practical had diminished. Fourth movie, I would have to, I haven't been showing it. The third movie, it was a mix, like I've said, some CG, some practical. The fourth movie I would have to watch again. I don't remember exactly. I think there was a good bit of practical for the fourth one. Again, I would have to watch it, because it's more like a prequel. It's the Old West. So comment down below if you remember if it's practical or CG, because I've only seen it like a couple times. Then there was the show. Love the show. This is a complete series, Tremors. A blending of practical and CGI, but the CGI works for me in the show. Some of it with El Blanco is a little like, oh, that's CG, but from what I remember, again, it's been a while, they blended it pretty well, from what I remember. Then we get to 5, which is all CGI, all the time. Jamie Kennedy was funny in it. I don't remember the story all that well. They go to Africa. That's all I remember. And Jeremy Kennedy rides a motorcycle. That's basically it. Not a great movie. CG was passable. This one, it got a lot worse. More the same, except not as good. From what I remember, again, I would have to watch it again to know. I think I remember liking her in the movie Boyd Venom, which the plots for these later sequels was like, what? That makes no sense. Like, this is Graboid Venom, and here he's just hired to capture, much like 2, except not as well done. And then the last one, 7, Shrieker Island, they replaced Jamie Kennedy, who I thought added a little bit to the movie. They replaced him with John Heder, just because. Now, I do enjoy John Heder, but I don't know, at times he's a little annoying in this movie. Ultimately, the worst Tremors movie ever made. CG was really bad, story was weak, and ultimately killed Bert, who's been, the guy leading us through the Tremors franchise. His death made absolutely no sense. They tried to build it up for tension, like he's going to sacrifice himself to save the group, but like he could have made it out. He could have made it to safety. Very weak attempt. That's all I really want to say about that. Ended it on a poor note, if just for my opinion, on a very weak note. That's how it ended. We shouldn't have got the 3. I was content after 4 and the show. I'm like, okay, that wrapped Tremors up. Good ending. And then they did 4, 5, and 6, and 7, which were all CGI messes. Story wasn't there either. Very low budget, from what I remember. Wasn't enough to, use CG. And Don Michael Paul directed all 3. I did not know that. So, yeah. Alright, now we will talk about something I want to talk about. The Kevin Bacon pilot that they did for Sci-Fi. They set out to revive the franchise and return to Perfection, Nevada, bring the Tremors back, blend practical with CG. That was their goal. Fun fact, Sci-Fi also did this show, 13 episodes, so they had experience with Tremor shows. Just wanted to throw that out there. The show they did with Bert. Now they wanted to bring Kevin Bacon's character back and do a show. And the trailer, go watch the trailer. Type in Kevin Bacon Tremors pilot or show. It'll pop up. I really enjoyed the trailer. I was pumped to see the show, but Sci-Fi did not pick it up. I'll show some pictures here. I don't know why they spent the money to do a trailer if they knew they weren't going to pick it up and do a series. I don't know, that confused me at the time, because we got the trailer And then a few months went by, and they're like, it's canceled, we're not doing the show. So, in my opinion, they should have filmed like 10 to 20 minutes more. I don't know how long the pilot was, but I'm assuming like 45 minutes. That's what they usually are. Add 10, 20 minutes to it and make it a movie. I mean, if nothing else, it would have been better than these three, which we got. And just going off the trailer, it looked pretty decent, like a return to form, much like Leprechaun Returns did, which I think Leprechaun Returns is the best Leprechaun movie in the franchise. You can debate that if you want. I think it's the best one. It is so good. I felt like if they had done a movie with the footage they had already shot, made a movie, I think they could have made something pretty good. I mean, you had Kevin Bacon come back, who's like, you know, a well-known actor. Not, no offense to Burt Gummer, but, I mean Michael Gross. But bigger than Michael Gross, and he couldn't even get a whole series. Burt got 13 episodes. So I don't know what the execs at Sci-Fi were thinking. What? A bunch of questions come to mind, like, why would you do a trailer if you're not going to do the show? Why not release it, add a few minutes, make it a movie, release it direct to video or on the Sci-Fi network? I mean, they could have done so many things with it. Could have renewed the franchise much like the Scream TV show did. Eventually it led to us getting movies again, and they were great. I thought the Kevin Bacon Tremors show could have done that. If nothing else, it would have been a fun little send-off. Instead, we got this garbage and a failed pilot to end the Tremors franchise. That's what we got. So yeah, that is going to do it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy the Tremors franchise? Have they gotten progressively worse? Or did you enjoy Shrieker Island or the other two with Jamie Kennedy? I mean, I still have them in my collection, so I don't hate them enough to get rid of them, but at the same time, if I'm watching something, I'm going to watch the show or the original three. Occasionally, I'll watch number 4 before I watch those, but anyway, so that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and if you want some behind the scenes, they do have behind the scenes featurettes, which are great. I have seen them, especially for the first couple movies, how they pulled off the practical effects. Great. Alright, so that is going to do it. I'm Josh. More videos coming as always, and until then, if I don't see you out thrifting or at Walt Disney World, I will see you at the movies. Next week will be Lord of the Rings / Hobbit. So, yeah. Alright, bye.